everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Taking Strahd Seriously, Part 15. Tonight is going to be a little bit of a shorter session. It's only going to be 2 hours, but we aren't going to be having any breaks because all of us are going to Gen Con. Most of us have flights tomorrow morning at ungodly hours or are leaving their homes at ungodly hours to then pick up those people from the flights. So we are going to try and keep it short, concise, as much we can, but you do have next week's Curse of Strahd to look forward to, as this is the only game that we have whose schedule was not offset by the convention. So, hey, we got you, buddy. With that in mind, today is July 30th, 2019, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing to remember. Other important things to remember is that we do this stream Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here at twitch.tv/indoor adventures. We also have a community Saturday event that happens at 11 a.m. on Saturdays, also here on the channel. So if you are interested in possibly joining the community for a game, consider checking out our Discord, or you can possibly support us at patreon.com/indoor adventures for more of this good time. There's a cat on stream now. Is a good cat. However, if you are also interested in supporting the show by other means, don't forget that with Twitch Prime, you have a free subscription that you can use. So, hey, why not use it towards this channel if you already have Amazon Prime? But, if not, you can always go to bit.ly/adventure merch, where you can pick yourself up something nice. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got mugs, we got posters, we got, I was gonna say coasters, but I don't think that they actually sell those on Streamlabs, but we're working on it. And soon, I will be making the ham pants that were brought up in our Ghosts of Saltmarsh game, because I can't find a way to just get the words butt printed on the butt part of pants, but I can get ham going down the side. So, ham pants. With that, though, that is it for me and my spiel. Other than that, hey, if you see any of us at Gen Con, feel free to say hi, take a picture. I am a hugger, but, you know, please ask for hugs first, because, you know, permission's a cool thing. Otherwise, high fives, elbows, all around. RJ, who are you playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ and I'm playing Bartholomew, the human ranger.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'll be playing Silme, the half-elf wizard.
And I'm the indoor adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing Keffris the mongrel folk barbarian. GB?
I'm GB, and I'll be playing Stechen von Antil, the blood hunter knowledge cleric.
And I'm Wings. I'm your DM for tonight for this very spooky Tuesday. Let's get it started off with the recap. Having witnessed the mysterious abbot perform the miracle of raising the burgomaster's dead son, Keffris offered to help him up in the Abbey the following day. That night, as Keffris continued to have nightmares that racked his mind and body, Silme forced him to face his beastly half in hopes that he'd come to terms with his condition. The nightmares persisted, and Stechen and Maybell began to theorize that perhaps an outside influence was to blame rather than his beastly rages. The next day, Bartholomew, Maybell, and Silme took the horses for a ride outside the city walls, while Irina, Stechen, and Keffris made good on his promise to do some chores for the abbot. However, not all seems to be right at the Abbey, as the patients have animalistic deformities, and they encountered an animated woman composed of stitched flesh. Oblivious to their discomfort, the abbot welcomed them eagerly, immediately ready to put them to work. We are actually going to start tonight with Silme and Bartholomew, who are riding horses outside of the city walls. Up here next to Krezk, the air is much thinner than it is deeper in the valley. It feels safer. It feels more out of reach of Strahd's influence. However, as you were riding through the woods, Bartholomew had a strange feeling of being watched. On your way back from having circumnavigated the city and returning to the gate after feeling a little skeeved out by that. You notice something that you didn't see on your way here, as it was hidden quite well. There is a little hillock that has kind of a cleft in the rock where it appears to be a place that like something fairly large could fit in there, but there's been a wooden lean-to that's been pushed in front of it and kind of camouflaged with branches and leaves.
Speedy, did you see that?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Would you like to go check it out?
Not really, no. I'd rather be inside right now.
But we're right by the gate. If anything happens, the guards will be right there.
Yeah, but we could also die.
Or we could not. And have an adventure.
You're so lucky you're paying me.
Well, I would like to think that you do this because you like us, but that's all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to clear up some misconceptions here. And Speedy's like riding past her.
Oh.
It was like in a joking tone, which never happens.
Did he just make a joke? She leans back to Maybelle.
I dare say he did.
I think he likes us.
He might. He just might.
I will dismount and go towards this lean-to.
Okay. What is your passive perception?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not even in D&D Beyond.
Mine too?
Oh, I know your passive perception.
Yeah.
Nice and high. Mine's probably pretty nice if it's wisdom. It's probably like at least 13 if my internet will go. D&D Beyond, guys. 14.
14. Oh, wow. Yours is pretty good, too. All right. So you both get a glimpse of that red coat again, moving through the woods. And having noticed that he has been spotted, this man will just blatantly walk out from the bushes and reveal himself. And you will recognize him as the man from Vallaki, wearing the red coat. He's got round spectacles, and he appears to be a half-elf, wearing a very dapper hat. And
the one from the saber-toothed tiger?
Mm-hmm. And he will step out of the bushes and say, not a step further, if you please. You just muted yourself.
Why? What's the matter?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Why? What's the matter?
I would prefer if you didn't release my saber-toothed tiger again.
I'm sorry. Was that really our fault? I feel like it wasn't.
I assume that he's saying again as in his tiger escaped once and he doesn't want it to happen again.
Right, but that wasn't our fault.
But it would still be preferential if his saber-toothed tiger was still contained.
I agree, and that's... What? I'm sorry. Why are you so stalking us in the woods?
I wasn't stalking you. In fact, if I didn't know any better, I'd think that you were the one following me.
Oh. But this is the first time we've seen you since Vallaki.
Yes, and that's with good reason. I'm trying to lay low. Also, would I be correct in assuming that it was you who broke into my tower?
Oh, that was your tower?
Well, it was, until somebody broke into it and drew a bunch of werewolves to it, who are now surrounding it, and I cannot return to it.
Oh, is that where they are? Well, that's helpful.
Thanks for that.
Why did you have a head in a box?
Information.
What?
Information.
Yes, I would like that information.
No, I had a head in a box for information.
She
If you
looks
cast- I have a spell that allows me to speak to the dead.
Oh. Oh, that would be very useful. Wait, how does that work with the souls in this world?
You hear a from inside of the lean-to, and he says, "Could you step back a little bit? She hasn't eaten in a few days."
I step way back.
Do the guards know you're here?
No, and I would prefer to keep it that way.
Okay.
I'm actually staying with the abbot right now.
Oh.
That's nice. I'm trying to separate player knowledge from character knowledge.
Well, is there a reason that you're here? Or would you like us to just leave you alone? Oh,
Quite frankly, I'm running out of places where I can hide.
Why do you need to hide?
He's gonna kind of look around, and like the woods are just absolutely silent, and he's going to like double check and just kind of make sure that you guys are truly alone. One moment, please. And he will get out a bag of some white dust, and he's just going to start kind of scattering it in a circle. And he says, "Step inside, please."
I step inside.
He snaps his fingers, and a magic barrier appears around the three of you. And he says,
4.
"What was that?
4. Maybell.
4? Oh, she. What? Wait, what? What? Why 4?
Maybell? 4 people.
4 people. Did I say 3?
Yes.
God,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
The guy, Maybell, Bartholomew, and Silme.
Oh, I'm doing my best here. Okay. The 4 of you step into the circle. He snaps his fingers and a barrier appears. And you recognize this as a magic circle.
Mm.
Speak quietly. If there are any spies about, they could probably still hear us.
All right.
What's going on? Why are you hiding?
I'm actually a world-class vampire hunter, and I'm here to assassinate Strahd.
Well, that's wonderful. We also want to assassinate Strahd.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. It's just you're so
Very
close to the
loud.
mic.
Very loudly.
I'm sorry.
Please step back, miss. You don't have to get that close.
I'm sorry. I was doing the 12-year-old gamer thing from the 90s.
I need heels. Is that a girl in the chat? No. We have so little time. I'm a world-class vampire hunter, and I'm here to assassinate Strahd.
Well, that's wonderful. We also want to assassinate Strahd.
Yes, and you're doing a terrible job of it.
Why?
Nobody told me this plan.
Wait, you didn't know?
No.
Oh. Well, we will have a discussion when we get back.
I'm upping my rates.
Speaking of which, I also owe you some money. He's going to pass Bartholomew a bag of gold.
Thank you.
Are you taking
Thank you.
side jobs while you're working for us?
A man's got to eat.
Fair enough. I actually don't have any money, but
Wait, what?
I mean, I have items that I can sell. We just haven't had a moment where I could sell them. Yeah, she hands him one of her rings.
No, I don't want that. You keep it.
Well, you can hawk it for money if you need
That's-
it right now.
No, this is good for now. You know what? We have a time constraint. Let's
Oh,
just.
sorry.
Rictavio's just kind of watching you guys go back and forth, just sort of like, am I chopped liver here? I just
Sorry.
revealed that I'm a world-class vampire hunter, and you guys are talking about getting paid.
Please continue.
Am I right in assuming that you are the ones that took the holy symbol of Ravenkind?
Who?
The holy symbol of Ravenkind. The powerful artifact that I had
Yes.
squirreled away in my hideout.
Yes, we did.
Do you even know how to use it?
Yes, I know how to use it.
Can you use it?
Not currently. Can you use it?
Yes.
Oh. Well, we require it.
I'm sure. I'm sure you do require it. And all of the rest of the artifacts that Madame Ava gave you the locations of.
So we've been told.
You do realize that Vistani are the spies of Strahd.
You do realize that racism does not pass in the Dale Lands, and therefore I don't think it should...
Racism! You think that what I'm doing is racism?
You taught your creature to hunt down a child.
Yes, well, that wasn't because of prejudice, that was because of vengeance.
Vengeance. Against a full race, yes?
But just to be clear here, Melareska, the Vistani actually do work for Strahd. Like, they are his spies.
Her?
They are her, sorry. They are the only people allowed to leave Barovia due to her permission.
So what exactly they do for Strahd?
They are her eyes and ears. They tempt adventurers out in past Barovia's borders to come in.
And you took us there because you think that they're spies?
Malmave's not that bad.
Right. So are you telling me that they are bad or they are good?
I guess they're like people. Some are good. Most of them are bad.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm going to have to put Sasha down.
Oh, that doesn't make me feel better. I mean, it's bad that you made her hunt Sani, but why are you putting the poor thing down?
If I'm being honest, I got distracted and blinded by my own thirst for justice. And I took my eye off the prize. There is no place where I can keep a creature of her size and danger. Not while I'm on the run like this. And if I can't just release her, she will hurt people.
Well, she could be retrained.
I look like a man that has time to train this beast? I can't even feed her.
Well, perhaps I can. Someone, I mean, you don't need to just kill a creature such as this. I've never seen a being like this before.
Where are you going to keep her?
I mean, I don't think...
Right now, tell me, where will you keep her?
Hire out
How will you feed her?
With a stick.
With a stake. Where are you going to get a stick?
Yes, put the food on a stick and give her the food off the stick.
What food?
Meat. Kill a cow.
Where are you going to get it? Trust me, I don't want to do this. But it's the responsible thing to do.
Do you not know a spell called Calm Emotions? You live in a wizard's tower. Do you not have the capability to read its magic?
I'm afraid my magics are a bit specialized.
Well, if we go back to your tower, defeat the creatures outside of it, will you allow me access to the books that are inside? Do you have that capability?
I don't know what to do with you. As of right now, everything has kind of gone to shit.
Well, I'm trying, all right? I seem to be the only one in this godforsaken realm that is trying.
Well, trying might not be enough.
At least it's something. It seems that people here have given up, and I'm not accepting of this.
After 400 years of bad influence, I think, getting your spirit broken for that long, you kind of give up too.
And who says I'm giving up?
I'm just putting it
I'm
out
just starting with a clean slate.
By murdering an innocent creature that you have trained to be this way, mind you. Ow. I'm sorry.
She doesn't like it either.
She doesn't like me yelling.
Listen, I understand that this is my fault, and I take responsibility for that. But this is what has to be done. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch.
Speedy. She kind of turns to him.
Logistically speaking, to feed a animal that large, that amount of meat, would put a village under.
Are you seriously suggesting that he put this creature that has not seen the light of day in a long time to rest?
It's either that or it's going to starve. I don't know what kind of food source you wish to feed this creature. There's a shit ton of wolf meat in Vallaki.
In any other scenario, she suffers. This is the merciful thing to do.
Can you keep her for another week?
You cannot... Listen. I've tried to make this work. If you can prove to me that you can set up lodgings for her, make sure that she'll be fed.
What if I free this town, this whole place? Then will she be all right? Give me a week.
Place.
Give me a week to make head on that, and then we will talk.
You're talking about slaying Strahd in a week.
I've done more and less. That's not true, but I have the belief. We've only been here for 3 days.
You have got pluck. I'll give you that. But I'm afraid the answer is no. And as he says that, everybody make me a perception check.
I don't want to see the saber-tooth die.
Well, that's why he's trying to do it in the cave, so you don't have to watch it.
That brother!
You're not even here.
Perception, he said?
Mm-hmm.
17.
Oh, samesies.
Oh, nice. Then you guys definitely see this. On top of the hillock, glaring at you, with predatory shining eyes, bared drooling teeth, and a shaggy, massive, fur-covered form, is a werewolf.
Do we recognize this werewolf?
It does not have the distinctive scar over the eye. This is a different werewolf.
Speedy?
Speedy puts his hand on Silme's shoulder, shoves her aside, and the crossbow sparks with electricity as he points it at the werewolf.
All right, as you do that, the werewolf is going to smash the wooden door of the lean-to, and Sasha immediately comes bounding out. And we will resolve that when we come back to you. All right. Meanwhile, Stechen, Irina, and Keffris have come up to visit the abbot up in the Abbey of Saint Markovia.
Saint Martikov.
Martikov. There's a lot of M names in Barovia. Martikov. All right. So when we last left off, the abbot had spread his hands and said, there's plenty of work to be done at the Abbey. And as he says so, the bell that was ringing above stops, and you hear a clumping and scraping sound from above. And he says, oh, well, that would be Clovis now. I'll have you help him feed the patients.
Who's Clovis? Is
Oh.
that what that bell means? Is that it's feeding time?
Yes, indeed. And Clovis would be my martinet. My martinet, my assistant. Here he is now. And you see a figure, about dwarf-sized and shaped, kind of dragging a enormous cauldron down the stairs of this belfry. And he's kind of walking strangely. And you see him shift his hands and bring his other arm around, and instead of an arm, he's got an enormous crab claw that just like clink onto the cauldron. He lifts it and he shuffles down the stairs. And he puts that down, turns around, and kind of wipes his brow. And you see that he's got very goat-like features. He's got a shaggy goatee and two horns coming up, almost like a satyr, but the horns are broken. And he's going to reach into his jacket with that crab claw and pull out a bottle of wine. And Clovis, these people will be helping you today. And Clovis turns around and says, oh, hey there, I'm Clovis Bellevue.
Pleasure to meet you.
Keffris Malreska. It's a pleasure. This is
It's good. Good to meet you. And as he kind of turns his head, you can see that like what you thought was like a weird growth or like a hump on his back is actually a second head. It's very small, kind of deformed, and it just kind of has like this infantile cherubic face.
Interesting.
And he will approach and kind of reach out with his human hand to shake hands with each of you.
I will meet him with my gecko hand. I have them both, so that's all I got.
Oh, would you look at that? You sure you ain't a Bellevue?
Not that I'm aware of. Are you all Bellevues here?
Well, most of us are. But some of us, not so much.
So who exactly are we feeding today?
Well, everybody. Well, mostly the people I like.
I mean, you should feed everybody, regardless
Yeah,
of if you like them.
that's what the abbot keeps on telling me.
All right, how about this? You point out the ones that you don't like, and then I will feed them.
Okay, fair enough. and he will go to lift the cauldron and kind of like slip with his crab claw.
I will take the cauldron from him. I am a strong boy. I will lift for him.
Oh wow! Look at the muscles on that guy. He just kind of swats Stechen.
He is very verbose.
Having grippy hands really helps when you're trying not to drop things.
Oh, isn't that the truth? Meanwhile, the abbot has kind of stepped aside with Irina, and he seems to be eager to show her a thing or two about various divine spells and things. And he tells her that he's could use some help teaching Vasilka some manners. So, like, they're going to be dealing with that whilst you guys go and feed the patients. And Clovis will take you on a grand tour of the entire abbey. You learn that the lady who is tied to a post outside with the spider mandibles and the bat wings, her name is Marzena. And he will take out a ladle and kind of scoop some soup gruel stuff into a wooden bowl and put it on the ledge of the well, just kind of carefully, like at a distance. He's all like, yeah, don't go near there. That guy found out he likes killing people, and we just prefer if he stays down there for now.
Oh.
And as he like is just kind of smiling at you, you see a hand come up out of the well and take that bowl and pull it back under.
And the hand, does it have any weird deformities about it as well, or does it look relatively like a people hand?
It actually looks kind of like webbed, like a frog's foot.
I see. Good. And that was not Marzena. This was a different one. Marzena was the bat spider.
Oh yeah, that guy's Mishka.
Okay. I knew a Mishka once. It's a fairy tale villain.
Yeah, Mishka, he likes killing people. You've already met the guards out front. That there's Siegfried and Otto. Siegfried has this thing where she thinks that everybody else thinks that they're better than her. And then there's Otto, who actually does think that he's better than everybody else.
All right.
Very entertaining. Siegfried is female? Male?
Yeah, Siegfried's the female one. And Otto's the guy with the funny laugh, you know, the he.
The very distinguished laugh, yes.
Yeah, the he.
The donkey like praying. Yes, I enjoyed that.
So when you say that you're all Bellevues, or most of you are Bellevues, what does that mean exactly?
Oh, well, we're all either originally like first generation immigrants or, you know, descendants, or we've been adopted into the family. When we first came here, we were all a bunch of sickly lepers and things. And the abbot fixed us up, but, you know, we didn't have no fingers or nothing. So we asked him if he could fix that up, and he tried, and, well, you can see how that turned out.
So it's more of a...
Shut up, Siegfried!
So there's more... I've heard this mule before. Lord Dickhead is afoot. So... Bellevue isn't necessarily a family name, it's more of a, closer to like a found family name, or just a title that is given to
well, it started off as a family name, but you know, like we've all just kind of started to adopt that. We all look the same, so might as well go with it.
I don't think that you look the same.
Takes another swig from his wine.
I don't think that any of you look the same. You all look incredibly different. Very distinguishable.
Yeah, when you think about it, we're all kind of unique, special snowflakes in our own way.
It is very, very.
Wait, snowflakes look different?
When you look really close at them, yes, the crystalline structure is very funny.
Every time I tried, I always breathed really hard and it just melted in my hand.
Oh, you catch them on glass that's been outside.
Ah, I see. I'll have to try that.
So if you're like us Bellevues, what's your deal?
I am, like I've said, I'm not of the Bellevue family.
Yeah, but you got all this shit going on.
That I do. It is, as I have been told by my dear friend Stechen here, that it is actually a blessing from my deity.
Yeah, now you're starting to sound like the abbot.
How so?
Oh, well, he thinks that this is sort of a blessing for us, too. Of course, he's still trying to fix us. Keeps on trying. Not all of us survive. He can bring us back, but, people don't really come back normal.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's why Marzena wants to kill people. It's why, oh, no, hold on. No, it's Mishka who wants to kill people. I'm always getting them mixed up. They're siblings. They're both Bellevues.
And does anyone that the abbot bring back turn into a Bellevue?
No. That's not how it works.
Well, if you would be so kind to elaborate. We witnessed what I assumed was a miracle earlier in the day, but I don't want there to be any unintended consequences.
Oh, well, see, the reason we look like this, and he kind of like pulls up his crab claw, is like he takes this into surgery and puts it all together.
So if he had resurrected, say, a regular boy, just an average human boy, would they also develop a penchant for murder? Or become different in some way?
Well, they could, but, it doesn't always happen. Like, for me, instance. Yeah, come here. A little closer.
Yeah, Keffris will get close enough.
A little closer.
Okay.
Little closer.
Yeah.
Don't mind the baby head. I'm the only sane one here. He takes his wine and goes...
As it would appear, you have been incredibly helpful.
The wine has curative properties for ailments of the psyche.
Yeah, exactly.
And as soon as Clovis turns around, I am going to shoot Stechen the biggest fucking look of just like, the fucking boy, he's gonna be all weird and shit now.
Like I always say, don't even talk to me until I've had my wine.
And Stechen is like, of course.
Excellent.
See, I like this guy. He understands. And the little baby head on his shoulder will actually stretch its mouth in a yawn, and you can see a little forked tongue flick out.
And Stechen tries to look down its throat. It's like
it looks like it doesn't really have one. It just kind of there's no hole in the back of its mouth.
And then Stechen seems satisfied with that and duly noting. He's been counting steps within the Abbey to try to map it in his head later.
All right. So yeah, the two of you give me insight checks.
Okay. Yeah. That's a 10. That's a 10.
Okay.
3.
Awesome. All right. As the day goes on, you are able to feed everybody in the Abbey. You realize that there are many creative ways that all of these patients have been locked up in cells and tied to posts and in chicken coops and such. But he is also able to point out all the people that he doesn't like, and Keffris, you will feed them, and they are very, very hungry as compared to the rest of them.
How do we know roughly how many people are here after going around? And
I'm gonna say 40 to 50.
okay.
There are actual numbers in the book, but I can't be bothered to look them up.
That's all right. Clovis, I do have one other question for you.
Yeah?
What is the deal with with the woman?
Oh, which one?
Tall one.
Lot
Not
of ladies, yeah.
very eloquent in her manner of speech. The abbot said that it was his greatest work yet.
Oh, Vasilka. That's right. Yeah, he's always sending us down into the village to dig up graves and get new parts for her. Well, he's been working on her for a while. She's a bit of a fixer-upper. He's trying to make the perfect woman, you know?
And does he have a basis for this, or is he just going off of an ideal?
Hell if I know.
All right.
Anyway, like nowadays, she's usually just, helping to guard some of the more violent among us Belleviews.
I see.
She kind of keeps them in line.
All right. Well, if we've finished up feeding everyone, should we check back on the abbot?
Yeah, sure. Unless you want to come upstairs for a jam sesh. I'm pretty good on the viol. And he claps his crab claw.
I would have assumed you were more of a castanets kind of person, but sadly,
A lot of people say that.
sadly, I am not musically inclined. I am good at percussion, if anything.
Well, I could always use a drummer.
More of hitting things like bells or gongs. The triangle is much more up to my speed.
What was that guy?
Well, if the abbot is unavailable, we could take a moment.
I sure would love to show you my viol.
And he's looking at Keffris like opportunity.
That's...
Oh, you know what occurs to me? We've got that guy that's staying with us right now. I wonder if he's in right now. Or if he needs food too.
Which guy?
Oh, the guy in the red coat.
Yes. It's a hermit.
Yeah, he's up in the barracks, usually.
Check on him, indeed.
We've been
All right.
looking for
Keffris,
this.
do I know if you speak any other languages?
I would assume that we might have covered it during the night that we spent exchanging notes. I speak Common, Elvish, and Celestial.
All right. I say to oh my goodness, why can't I think of this guy's name?
Clovis?
Clovis. Thank you. I say to Clovis in Celestial, and I'm like, say, auto spraying is very funny, isn't it?
The what? I'm sorry. I can't hear you. You're very quiet, actually.
Oh, I say, auto spraying is very funny, isn't it? But I say it in Celestial to see if he understands Celestial.
Sir, you got a funny way of talking there.
Oh, excuse me. I speak sometimes too. And then I turn to Keffris and just kind of dropping that conversation, and I say in Celestial, the hermit is is my former master, and he is not a good man.
And yeah, I'll respond in Celestial. From what you and Arabelle have told us, I wouldn't assume so.
So I would not mind investigating his lair, as it were.
And Keffris will kind of look back across the courtyard towards where Marzena is tied up. And he'll just sort of nod. Just, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I have trouble sometimes. I say to Clovis in common, speaking is a common tongue. Many languages are in my head.
Oh, that's fine.
Many of us from the outside speak, and I'll say Celestial, but in Celestial.
Give me a deception check.
Boy, howdy, is Keffris bad at lying. That's a 5.
All right. Well,
Would I have advantage from using the language?
this guy is not very wise, but a 5 is not going to be enough. And it's all like, listen, guy, most of us are from the outside. You can't bullshit me. But keep your secrets, you scamp.
He is indeed a scamp. And I reach up. Must his head a bit.
All right, so you guys want to go and investigate Rictavio's room?
Yes, please.
All right, you find that it is a very hastily set up situation. You can see that he's got a bag full of monster hunting gear, and he's traveling very light. It seems that he wants to be able to pick up and go at a moment's notice. But you also see that he has basically put up some pretty basic wards on the doors and things. What in particular are you looking for?
Oh, just the confirmation that the hermit is indeed Richthofen.
Rictavio. You are like digging around and such. Give me a investigation check.
Hey, gladly. Actually get advantage. Dual 15s, so 22.
22. Nice.
Yes.
All right. You are not able to find any clues revealing the actual identity of the hermit, but by conversing a little bit more with Clovis and a little confusion and some back and forth, you are able to discern that the hermit is not Rictavio, but someone else, and that the rumor that you heard mistook him for the hermit.
Okay. All right.
Which lines up with the fact that the abbot told you that he hadn't seen the hermit in months.
All right. All right. I'm good.
Anything else?
Not here, I don't believe.
Don't need to play it out, but I totally would jam session with Clovis.
Okay. Y'all can head back for a jam sesh, and as you do so, you see that Vasilka and Irina have sat down together for tea, and Irina's trying to teach Vasilka like the basic, like, okay, no, that's a salad fork, you can't use that, like just kind of teaching her all of these mannerisms, and you can see Vasilka imitating all of Irina's movements and such, and the abbot's just kind of watching proudly. Are you done?
Yes, we fed everyone. Even the ones that Clovis doesn't like, we made sure that they all received ample food.
Clovis, have you not been feeding people again? And Clovis is like, guilty. And he just kind of like holds out his hand, and the abbot smacks it.
Well, I think if that's all that you have for us today, I think we should all be going back to my sister and our dear friend Speedy.
Well, you have done very good work here today. Will I see you again tomorrow?
I believe tomorrow we did have plans for a quick trip, but maybe after that.
All right. I would very much look forward to seeing you again.
And I look forward to seeing more of the incredible work that you have been doing here at Saint Martikov's.
It is amazing. Some of the things you have done here. Miracles.
Well, thank you. I do try my best. I've been dabbling in things that are a little bit out of my specialty, but I feel like I've been doing some great work here.
You have. It's fascinating.
Speaking of my specialty, Keffris, would you like me to remove that dark spirit that's attached to you?
The what now?
Yes. Remember how you had us, how I allowed you to sleep?
Yeah, you told me to sleep, and then I did. You didn't say anything about a dark spirit. Yes, yes, please, remove dark spirit. That is possessing me. That would be incredible. Thank you.
Yes, it was Maybell and I who spoke of it.
What? Maybell didn't say anything either? What is this?
We actually did tell you the spells we cast to get you to sleep, I'm pretty sure. No? Okay.
No.
I was just between me and Maybell. Okay.
Yep. Because I was already asleep when you cast the spell, and then you were like, look, now he's sleeping sound. What a good boy. And then you just left it.
But we did talk to Silme then, right?
Yeah. Possibly.
Okay. Cool. And I will talk to you about it on the way back, I guess.
Yes, if that is something that is in your wheelhouse, I would be most appreciative.
Well, first of all, I'm going to have to get a better prognosis. Doctor, have you been seen to him? Any addresses Stechen?
Oh, I have, I protected him for one night and took away his exhaustion. It's, my humble powers in the divine arts are minimal at this point.
I see. Well,
and I'll fill him in on the vision I had, and yeah, any other what I would believe would be pertinent information to what he might be doing.
Yes, this does sound familiar to me. It appears that there is some sort of creature that is very well connected with the ethereal plane, and it has been stalking you and simply attached itself to you and is giving you terrible nightmares that siphon your health while you sleep.
That would explain why I haven't been able to get a good night's rest and why I feel incredibly both weary and hungry every morning. Well, I mean, the hunger's normalized, but more so.
I can pull this creature out of the ethereal plane and into the material plane, but what happens from there, I'm afraid I cannot participate in, as you may have to defend yourself.
I'm very good at that part. And Keffris just has his maul. I do not go anywhere in Barovia without my goddamn maul.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Too many scarecrows.
If we should probably get your sister and Bartholomew for this endeavor.
We will return if you are to bring this creature out.
All right. And Irina, I do believe that you are going to be staying in this town, are you not? And Irina will just sort of nod. It's like, well, know that my home is always open to you.
At some point before we leave, Stechen will talk to Irina, but I can email you that or something.
No, let's do it.
DM. Oh,
We've
okay.
got time. I'm looking at the clock. We've got it. We're good. We can do it.
Basically, the gist of it is he's going to warn her that the hermit or the entity that may be showing up here could be detrimental to her. Could want to use her as bait.
Okay. Specifically the hermit or like Rictavio? Do you give the name?
So I have confirmed that the hermit is not Rictavio.
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm still under the belief that the hermit is my master, my ex-master. Okay.
No.
Okay, so I'm still...
Rictavio is your master.
Perfect.
He is not the hermit.
Okay. All right.
He is also the person that is here.
Right. Okay. But I don't know that because they were across town with him.
Well, you know that his stuff is here.
Okay.
So you can warn Irina about him and be all like, hey, maybe be wary of this guy.
Okay. Then yeah, that's the way I'll go with it.
Okay.
I crossed the wires there. Got it.
Okay. I have one observational point, I would guess. So Vasilka, what does she look like?
Vasilka is a enormous woman who just kind of has like patchwork skin that's been stitched together. She has long auburn hair, which I will say is actually just kind of like on half of her scalp, but like she can flip it in a way that makes it look like it covers the whole thing. Like, you know, the world's longest comb over.
That is, that's actually all that I was looking for. Thank you. Mostly because they have spoken about how these, and all, like, as we're walking down, just, Irina, I really do not feel safe with you in this town.
She looks so incredulous.
I know. I know.
You flubbed the words there, bud.
What?
You said, I don't feel safe with you in this town.
Yeah. I don't feel okay with the safety of Irina as long as she exists in this town. I believe that we all saw what the abbot could do. And this is walking very well away. Just to politely wave like, goodbye, thank you so much.
Goodbye,
I do not trust that guy.
Just going down the switchbacks up the mountain.
Yep, talking very, very in hushed tones. I would like to again specify. I am trying to speak in a hushed tone. Because every time I've been like, I'm going to whisper to this person, everyone in the fucking town knows what I'm saying. So I would like to specify hush tone. I don't think it's safe for you here.
I don't think it's safe for me most places. You want to be more specific?
Yes, I am going to be very specific about this because while we were talking to Clovis, the young man that is the assistant of the abbot, he said that he and others have been being sent out to the graveyards around town to build Vasilka, to find parts, to find pieces to bring her back to life, or at least to create a form which, as Clovis specified, the abbot has described as the quote-unquote perfect woman.
Okay, weird.
I am scared because you and her have very similar hair colors. They have killers that are part of the group of these people. He's offering to bring you into his home. You are technically a traveler. He doesn't know who you are unless you have told him directly who you are. So to him, I don't know if he has the wherewithal to not have an accident happen around you to the point where he could then take parts from you and put them onto his perfect woman.
Or turn her into said perfect woman.
It makes me very uncomfortable. Because again, I told your brother that I would keep you safe, and I can't exactly do that if you're dead.
Okay, interesting theory. What do you suggest?
I suggest the same thing that I've said previously, which is that you can come with us. If my sister and our ward, Speedy, are interested in going back to Vallaki, there are places that I would also like to check that are not in the town.
Okay.
In my dream last
Alright.
night, it could have just been a bad dream from whatever it is that's been following me. It could be a different dream. It could be something else entirely. But I had a dream that those children called out to me from a house from before we met that said that they were still stuck. And I was the one who buried them. And I can't, in good conscience, rest knowing that I might have done wrong by them.
Keffris, you did the best you could. Unfortunately, that is the fate of people in Barovia. You know this. We cannot leave, not even in death.
No, not that they were trapped here in the land, that they were trapped under the house.
Well, maybe being in their home is a better fate than whatever hell the afterlife of Barovia is.
That, or maybe they just need a real cleric to actually help them. Not just somebody who knows the words.
Irina doesn't know what to say to that.
I would suggest that we, after we get the creature out of you, that we get some griffins and we fireball the whole Ontag nest.
Some
Those creatures-
griffins?
Where
are we going to find a griffin here?
I don't know. It's an idea, but that whole place, it's a volcano waiting to erupt and they burn this town, this gem of a place to the ground.
What, the Abbey?
These mongrel men.
They treat them like animals.
Yes, it's.
There's no actual... There doesn't seem to be any real care. There are people tied up. There are people stuffed down wells. There are others in chicken coops. There are others in cells.
It would take me.
That's not... Speaking as somebody who came from a church centered around the concept of suffering, this is inhumane.
I'm not arguing with you, but fireballing the whole place seems
That
a
was
little
Stechen's idea. That was
counterintuitive.
not mine.
Yes, it was
Distancing
no.
that.
Yes.
I mean,
sorry,
perhaps
sorry.
what they need is someone who knows the words, who knows people and knows what is right for them.
I don't think that that's the abbot.
It would take me 20 lifetimes to fix them. We need.
We also...
This is madness.
While we were talking with Clovis, he said something that was, again, very concerning. That when the abbot brings people back, there is only a very, very small chance that they come back, as he put it, normal. We watched that boy come back. And he's been laughing ever since. I don't know about you, but whenever I've come close to dying, laughter isn't exactly the first go-to that I have. He should be tired. He should be resting. He shouldn't be up and around running.
You're not wrong. That does seem strange. What do you suggest we do?
Find the right words, I suppose.
Well, perhaps we can talk to him. Perhaps we can show him the error of his ways and teach him to be a good abbot.
He at his essence, he is.
He seems
He
too
is
proud.
divine. No, he is divine. He just needs to, yes, change.
All right.
Let's find my sister.
Yeah,
That's
where
it.
the hell are they? As you guys discuss this, as you're making your way down the switchbacks of the mountain and entering back into the village, let's cut back to Speedy and Silme and get some initiative rolls.
Okay.
Also, side
12.
note, 12. All right. We never named the y'all's horses, so I want LB and Steven to name a horse each.
Chestnut.
Trevor.
Oh my god. I love them.
Chestnut and Trevor.
I fear for them.
Oh man.
They're werehorses. They've been bitten by the wolves too.
Oh god, I don't want to see what a were-saber cat looks like.
I do. Send in your fan art to
You can send
Alright.
it to indoor.adventure@gmail.com. Send me all
Now,
your
Speedy,
fan
what
art.
did you roll?
19.
19. Okay. All right, so y'all have horses. They are mounts. The way that we're going to run that is that they go on your initiative, and you give them commands on what to do. If you are on the horse, then the two of you just move at the same time.
Okay.
Didn't we dismount though?
Yes.
You did dismount.
Okay.
I didn't know whether or not you'd still be on the horses.
Could you just imagine talking to Rictavio in this magic circle and then Speedy's head is popping out above the magic circle? He's sitting on the horse. What? I cannot hear you.
Get down here.
Okay,
Okay.
this is happening now. So, here is the earth.
Mm-hmm.
We're all screwed.
Round.
Round. Okay, so here's what's happening. A werewolf has just busted open the lean-to, and a hungry, angry, and scared saber cat has now started bounding towards the horses. And at the top of the round is the werewolf, who is going to start sprinting off into the woods.
Oh, what a bitch.
Right? Before he leaves, he locks eyes with Bartholomew, and you can see his nostrils just sort of flaring and taking in your scent. This werewolf has brown fur, whereas Laszlo had a more gray fur situation going on. And once again, Laszlo had the enormous claw mark across his face that was very conspicuous. And once again, you recognize that this werewolf is not him. And so that werewolf goes sprinting off into the woods, and then it is you, Speedy. Fuck.
Oh, boy. They're horses. Interest. Speedy gets in front of Sasha.
Do you now? All right. That's what Speedy do.
And I'm gonna use an animal handling check to try to calm her down.
All right. Hit me.
I can't, you're too far.
Hit me thematically.
Is 18.
18. All right. Sasha is going to pull up short and kind of sniff at you. It seems that she recognizes you from back in Vallaki, and she starts sniffing around your hands looking for treats. And then when realizing you don't have any food, she kind of snarls at you.
He's like reaching into his like pouch using like interact object for some jerky.
All right. The horses are a little bit freaked out, but they know they are trained too well to run unless they are told to. So they just kind of paw at the ground nervously and look to you for orders.
Corner of the mouth. Silme, Maybell, get on the horses and go.
All right. So next up is Sasha, and hold on, there's 4 of you. She kind of looks around with wild eyes, searching for an out, and the 4 of you are kind of circled around her. She is going to attack someone. Oh, hey. That's Rictavio. Randomly determined, she is going to slash out at Rictavio. Oh God, that was a natural 20. She's gonna fucking eat him.
So I had the idea that we could just bring Sasha back to Vallaki and have her hunt down werewolves in the forest. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Gets like her supply of meats.
8, 9.
Have my dad
10,
train her. She could train a
16,
bunch of.
16, 5. 21 slashing damage on Rictavio, and then she makes a run for it, provoking an attack of opportunity from Speedy and also Rictavio, I will say.
Speedy just turns his head like, oh man. He's not going to take it.
All right, Rictavio is going to take it. And that is not going to hit because remember, Sasha is wearing armor. So Rictavio just gets like pounced to the ground, and you see her open up wounds on his shoulders and chest, and he manages to pull his sword out of his cane and slashes at her as she bounds away, and she just starts disappearing into the woods. Next up is Silme.
Silme is going to use prestidigitation to create a loud spark in front of her to kind of switch her movement from being away from us to corralling her back towards us. And she's going to pull out all 7 rations that she has, and she's going to try to How to Train Your Dragons this thing.
Great. All right.
So she's just gonna like, it's all right. Look.
Sorry, I started waiting for a roll, and I guess give me an animal handling check.
All right, it's gonna be great. Blow on it, kitten. They're asleep. But that was a 5. That wasn't very good, kitten. We'll talk about that later. Hold on. 6.
I'm glad I waited.
Because I have food. Do I get disadvantage because I have food?
That spark like pops off right next to her ear, and you see her kind of do like that sideways cat jump, and like arch her back, and that just gives her the zoomies, and she just bolts even farther.
Oh no, she's running away.
Rictavio uses half his movement to stand up and realizes that there's no way he's going to catch up with her. And he just curses under his breath, and you see him put a hand on his chest and start to heal himself. And unless you guys are going to make chase, then we are going to jump out of initiative.
Nope.
Nah.
Why would that werewolf free her?
Who knows? Maybe they have a plan for her.
Evidently, fortune pisses on me again.
God.
Hey. You stole a wizard's tower. That's not...
That
For
wizard's
something
tower
or
has been abandoned for years, and I don't like your tone.
And yet it is still not yours. And you are not a wizard. I am a little offended, but it's all right. It's fine. Things are
I
fine.
don't have to be a wizard. I'm just right. And he starts to walk away.
Bartholomew leans over to Maybell and goes, "Next time I'm going with Keffris."
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, at least now we found something out. Did we not? Were you paying attention?
No, there was a giant saber-toothed tiger attacking me, so, I had my...
Speedy. We know where the vampire or the werewolf is that bit you.
Somewhere near the wizard's tower?
Yes, therefore, getting his blood will be that much easier. Why do you think I wanted to go on this endeavor out in the godforsaken wilds of Barovia?
So we do know where he is, but he is surrounded by a pack of other werewolves, and we have a single silver dagger to our names.
And yet, we know where he is. That is more than we knew earlier today.
Great. Now, if you have a plan formulated to infiltrate their base camp and get said blood without any of us dying, please come up with one.
Did we not kill werewolves before?
No,
we not?
those are
Yes.
regular wolves.
Those weren't werewolves.
Those were not werewolves. Those were regular wolves.
Well, it being said, if we can kill a wolf, we can kill a werewolf. And if we can kill a werewolf, we can get its blood, and we can free you from this curse. We're 50% of the way there. At least.
Miss, my entire village is dedicated to hunting wolves and werewolves, and it takes a team far larger than us
Well,
to take
if you...
down a pack.
We are intending to go back to your town anyways. If you would like to get a brigade together to go hunt these werewolves, again, we know where they are. We can go to them. We can ambush them. Is that not correct?
There is going to be a lot of deliberation on this. There is a risk reward that must be taken into account.
Speedy, she grabs his hand. If I can save you, any risk is worth it.
Oh no, I was talking about the village.
Oh.
If they don't want to sacrifice the manpower to go and hunt down a pack of werewolves that we do not know the size of, can't really go there. But hey, there's hope.
There's always hope. As long as I am alive, there shall be hope.
And
In
that
this-
sets off a red flag. Get on the horse. We are going inside.
All right, maybe I'll get on the horse.
Maybell has been on the horse for the past 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought we were going.
So you guys ride back to the town with little incident. Octavio has already left you. You
I'm gonna warn the guards that there's something big and nasty in the forest.
Don't kill it if you can. It's only misunderstood.
The guards inform you that there are many big nasty things in the forest, and that's why nobody leaves. So dropping off the horses, Steven and LB each roll me a d20, just flat.
Oh, gods, why?
Talking to Maybell.
Trevor got a 14. What a good Trevor.
That's good, Trevor.
19.
19. All right. So Silme and Bartholomew make it back first. You find Maybell, not Maybell, Arabelle, you know. God, I knew this was going to be confusing. The child is playing is playing some sort of game with her Taroka deck with Ilya. And like after like it, like he just kind of like is like chuckles after like pretty much everything he says, just sort of nervously. And when she gets a chance, she kind of like side mouths to you, just like, there's something wrong with this kid.
He was dead a few hours ago, so probably.
I don't know. He just doesn't seem right.
Would you like to go for a
Bless you.
walk?
Bless you.
Thank you. That came about very suddenly. I wasn't ready for it.
Gesundheit.
Oh,
She kind of throws her cards up in the air and she's like, wow, I'm about to go for a walk. And then she embarrassed scoops all her cards back up and tucks them away. It's like, let's go.
all right. Have you? And as we walk away, have you noticed any?
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to fast play this. We
Sure.
haven't got a lot of time left.
Sure.
What do you guys talk about
I just want to know if the cards have changed with Silme.
with Silme?
Yeah.
No, they have not. Not with you, Keffris, or Bartholomew,
Cool.
or
cool.
Stechen for that matter.
Great. It's great.
Ilya has a card because of course he does, and it's, I don't know, something that means a madman. I'll look it up later. And the card for the Burgomaster is the Shepherd.
Okay.
All right. As you guys are walking, you meet up with Keffris and Stechen.
How was the abbots?
Oh, it was a time. He said, Maybell, why didn't you tell me that I had a dark spirit hovering around me as I was sleeping?
You know what?
No.
All right. Let's not point
no.
fingers at Maybell, Keffris. Come on.
No.
Might I point out she will be your sister soon as well?
Yes, which is why I'm going to address her like I would my sister.
Well, I mean, I had my suspicions, but I didn't want to worry you or anything. Stechen knows better than I do.
It's Stechen's fault.
Dude, wait, no, I told
Unanimously Stechen's fault, everyone.
Okay.
Hand.
Okay. I realize now.
Blame it on the guest.
I realize now that starting the blame game among all of you was a really terrible idea. I redact all of it. The point being, the abbot has said that he can cure me. I wished for Speedy, both you and my sister, to be there because apparently I am being haunted by a creature from the ethereal plane, and our dear friend the abbot can pull the creature from the ethereal plane into the material plane, in which case we are going to lay the smack down on it, so that way we can all communally yell, piss off ghost, and watch it die.
Von Entil, does silver work on spirits?
It would not be a spirit because it would be in the material plane.
Whatever is afflicting you.
Somebody just looks at Keffris. How do you know that?
Because the abbot told me.
Stechen, give me a Arcana or Religion check. With, yeah, never mind. I was going to say with advantage because I finally realized how Blood Hunter works, but off camera we decided that he has Divine Sense instead of the Blood Hunter bullshit.
Yep, exactly. But I do have advantage on that skill because of my Knowledge Cleric.
Aha!
So that would be a 21.
21?
Yes.
Dang, okay. Yes, silver would help. It is good against pretty much anything that you would need in a purely mechanical sense. If it wouldn't be harmed by a magical attack, it would be harmed.
Okay.
Or it wouldn't. If it wouldn't be harmed by a non-magic weapon, then it would.
Silver will get the job done.
Yes.
Cool.
So, go back to the abbot. Now that we're all together, ask him to bring the thing forward. We kill it.
How much do we trust this abbot?
Not at
what-
all, but this is the best job that I have, because otherwise I'm just going to wither away and die.
You will not.
He probably will.
Mechanically speaking.
Sister, this is something that I have been living with for the last several days. This isn't pure hyperbole. This is me speaking honestly. If we don't take care of this, I will die. Then Arbel's card comes true.
Just don't trust him.
I don't
Not with
either.
you.
As
But I'm
much
not-
as I would hate to be proven wrong,
All right.
When,
all of the NPCs are here.
when
I
does-
will be there every moment for it. I will make sure that he is doing what he is supposed to do to the letter.
Stechen, you seemed like you had something you wanted to say.
And once the spirit is out, I will cast the protection from evil upon you, and it can't get back in for a duration.
Better than nothing.
It's better than a lot of things.
Actually, it is.
Thank you.
So, that is
Do
what
you
I would
want me to come?
recommend.
Do you want me to come?
I would like for you, if anything, to inspect the child.
Which child?
The one that just got brought back to life?
We found out some information about the abbot and the resurrection process as a whole that he goes through, and I would like to... I'm curious, to say the least.
I am not necessarily a healer, but I will talk to him. And Arbel kind of pipes up. Yeah, and I have some insights as well. I will confer with this one then.
If the two of you would be able to at least talk to the burgomaster, talk to the child, see if this was the way that he was acting before. Irina, you were there at the Abbey. You understand what we're afraid of.
Of course.
Let us know. And we'll try and make it back in one piece.
You
We
bet.
will make it back in one piece, Keffris.
No promises.
All of you had better make it back in one piece.
Eh.
And she's going to start to walk away and then just kind of turn around and be like, "You're not just trying to get rid of me, are you?"
You realize that I am the only one who's like, keep coming with us. I don't... It's fine. Let's just say... I'm not trying to get rid of you. I'm trying to keep you safe.
That's what I was afraid of. And she'll just walk off with Arbel.
She's very pretty, isn't she, Keffris?
Subjectively, yes. Let's go.
As we're making it up at the switchbacks, Bertha was like, "Oh, by the way, there's a saber-toothed tiger running around the forest."
Yep.
Long story.
Is it...
And a werewolf that released it.
Well, I
Yeah.
would assume there was a werewolf. When we came in, the guard said, hey, by the way, this forest is full of werewolves. Is the saber-toothed tiger the same one that we saw back in the other town?
Oh yes, Stechen, your master is about. I think he's
An asshole.
roaming the land. Well, I also think he's an asshole, but that's neither here nor there.
Terrible.
He wants to
All right.
kill the saber-toothed tiger. I'm not okay with it. I'll just,
Well, you do realize that the saber-toothed tiger will be hunting Arabelle forever.
But no, it can be trained to do something different.
How old is the saber-toothed tiger?
Doesn't matter. Old Sabretooths can learn new tricks.
I am not sure if it's a new trick when it's your diet.
Yeti could learn a trick when he was 14. You shut your mouth.
He was a very different creature. And we did not feed him people regularly for 14 years and then suddenly say, let's not feed you people.
I'm just going to say it's not the same.
Wow.
Fine.
Better to agree with Silme than argue with her.
This is the conversation that occurs as you guys make your way back up to the Abbey. You get back to the Abbot, and it is afternoon, and the Abbot actually seems to have been setting something up in the courtyard outside of the actual Abbey proper, but like within like the outer walls, but like outside of the like inner spot where like you're gonna disturb any of the patients, and he's just kind of standing there waiting for you.
We're all here?
And we can deal with it later. Never mind. It's just conversation.
Are we all ready?
Keffris nods.
Yes.
What do you need us to do?
Well, those of you who are of the faith, pray. The rest of you, have your weapons ready. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to participate, but I will draw it out.
Will this harm Keffris in his physical state at all?
Not what I'm going to do, but whatever the thing that comes out does, I cannot vouch for.
Is it a demon?
Not necessarily.
She looks to Maybell.
I have a sense that it's some sort of undead creature.
Gross. All right. Grabs her spellbook.
And whatever it is, it's not happy with Keffris.
You just abashed Maybell too. Undead. Gross.
She's not normally undead. You shut up. Stop trying to make things worse for me, okay? Okay? This is why I don't date women, guys. This is why.
Because they're undead?
No, because they turn it. You know what? We'll talk about it when you're in person, all right? We'll talk about
Oh
it
my
when you're-
god.
Okay.
So Bartholomew
Sorry,
draws
sorry.
weapons and
The
drags.
abbot approaches Keffris. Where would everybody like to stand?
I was going to be kneeling with my maul on my lap, head down, and I was going to be praying.
One of the two
Okay.
things I wanted to do beforehand, I wanted to alchemically put silver pieces on the ends of his maul.
Oh, interesting. Can you do that?
Why not?
All right. Give me a check of some sort. Let's say... Ooh, this sounds like Arcana to me.
Okay. Well, I am an alchemist. I do have the skill, ability, and tools and supplies to do it.
Then, if you don't have proficiency, then give yourself proficiency. For you do. And also have advantage.
All right. I will actually look it up because I want it to be 21.
What's the lower number?
Oh, the lower number is really bad. Is 3. The other is 16, and except it tools don't have a. Anyway, sorry.
I'm just giving it to you, man.
Okay.
Your number's a 16. You get a 16. You're welcome. It works. But just for this fight, it's gonna rub off by the end of the fight.
That's fine. That's
Anything else that you would like to do? Any one of you?
Bartholomew is standing a few feet behind Keffris. He's pulled
Okay.
out his short sword and dagger, drags them across his arms, and lights them with electricity.
All right.
Not really necessary as she pulls out her book.
It's
Where
sort
will-
of blood hunting magic, so yes.
Where will Silme be
Uh,
into Keffris?
she would like to be able to pull him out of his circle as soon as she can.
Okay. So you will be very near to Keffris.
Yes.
Um,
probably a good
Silme, are you going to be attacking with magic?
Hopefully I'm gonna be pulling my brother out and then attacking with magic.
Okay, because I can throw a sanctuary spell on you if you need it.
I mean, if you want.
All right, let's set it up that way then. I'll give you the sanctuary. That way you can get away.
all right. So Keffris is kneeling on the ground in front of the abbot. Silme is to the side, ready to pull him away if need be. Stechen is next to Silme, and Bartholomew is behind Keffris. All right. So the abbot is going to approach and say, "Are you ready?"
Yes.
He will reach out and just kind of put a hand on your forehead and say, "Come out." And then he will step back, and the rest of you will see this. A figure just kind of materializes in sort of like superimposed over Keffris, and will step forward and turn around to face Keffris. And you see that this figure is a little old lady with long, dirty, stringy hair, and she's wearing just kind of like a gray sackcloth dress and shawl pulled up over her head, and she just looks very frail, and she has a very ugly, sunken face, and she just goes, "I told you you would regret that day."
Keffris,
Pull my brother the fuck out!
I want to stand up and tighten the grip on my maul, and I would like to use my bonus action to rage and say, "You don't control me anymore," and then boop, if I can.
All right, give me an attack roll.
That is going to be a 17.
A 17?
Yes.
That is going to hit. Give me some damage.
Okay. So I am raging. Where's my little flow chart that I have set up? Okay, cool. So it's 2d6 and then 1d6 of radiant. All right, so reroll those. So then that is going to be for 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and then it is going to be 5 points of radiant.
All right.
And then I would
Nice.
like to make a second attack.
Okay. Go for it.
Because I have a silvered weapon, so I'm hoping this is doing something. That's a 24 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. And then that is going to be a total of 9 points of bludgeoning, and then that is going to be 5 points of radiant.
And 5 points of radiant. Okay. That maul gets her twice in the gut, and she just kind of leans over, as though like she just kind of like, ran into a countertop. Like she does not react as though she is receiving lethal blows. And she just
Look at you. You're just a husk of your former self. But then again, so am I.
And she transforms. And when I say she transforms, I mean she basically kind of whisks back into she disintegrates into like this dust, and is whirled up in a wind. And like these scraps of hag basically start whirling around the battlefield. And it's as if there are just like little pieces of her that have been turned into this storm. And she whirls up into a much larger floating form with just kind of these ethereal trails coming off of her. And you can see different faces appearing in her new body. And everybody roll initiative.
Okay. Good. 19.
Same. Hey.
5.
Then
GB, you're so quiet today.
really? You can hear me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smaller.
And this is so just to get a good idea of it. This was the figure that was pushing the cart.
Yes. Morgantha was her name.
Billie won. Billie won.
Fuck you. She's undead. That means Billie won.
Yeah. Stechen, what did you roll?
Why isn't she haunting
7.
Billie?
Because you killed 2 of her children.
7. Okay. You're the one that she swore vengeance against.
Just 'cause you wouldn't eat her pies. Jerk.
Aww. Alright. Alright. One more. Okay. I usually pre-roll these, but there were some last-minute additions. Wink wonk. All right. So at the top of the round, it's going to be Speedy.
Casting Hunter's Mark on her.
All right.
And you
And
see
then
Speedy pounce, drawing the silver dagger and stabbing into her for... Does a 16 hit?
yes,
Cool. I deal 4 points of lightning damage
4
and
points of lightning damage.
20 points of slashing.
Dang. She looking hurt. Your dagger rips into her body, and it just seems to be made of whirling rags. And you just cut a line down her back, and she's like, "Rah!" Keffris, it's you.
And then, yeah, Keffris, as she yells, he's just going to yell back louder, and then just keep trying to bring the smack down if he can. He's going to use a reckless attack. I didn't need it, but let's see it. So that's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Okay, so then that is going to be for 9 points of bludgeoning damage and then 7 points of radiant. And
Okay.
then second attack.
Go for it.
That's a natural 1, so it misses.
All right. So as your radiant light kind of smacks down into her soft ethereal body, you can see little scraps of gray hag just starting to like go up in red flame and just and then she just kind of like roils in anger and pain, and she's like, "You killed them!" And these shadows just kind of spurt out from underneath her and spread out in a circular motion towards the edges of the battleground. And they come up in these silhouetted forms and just kind of reach around various people's heads, trying to strangle them.
Is she casting a
And-
spell?
She is not.
Okay. Check it.
This is just something that she do.
Ha! Gross.
Does it
Alright.
make it a spell-like ability? Oh, wait, no, that's not Mage Slayer. Never mind. Never mind.
All right. There is one each going for Stechen, Silme, and Bartholomew. So this one's going to be for Stechen.
Oh, okay.
16.
I'm under the belief that is a hit.
Okay.
Oh, just hit.
All right. This one's for Silme.
So Silme's got Sanctuary on.
What
Okay.
does that mean?
He's got to make
Disadvantage?
first
Will save?
to do anything. Yeah, you have to make. I believe it is a
Blessed be Stechen.
wisdom save
In order to attack.
to attack at all.
All right. Well, that's a 4 on the die, so that does not work. I don't think he's going to do that then. And this one is for Bartholomew.
You won.
10.
You one hit a 14.
Okay, that's not going to hit then. All right, so this is only for Stechen. You are going to take... You're going to take 8 necrotic damage,
Okay.
and your strength score is reduced by 4.
Okay. By 4.
By 4.
All right.
That is it.
Okay.
For them. And then it is Morgantha's turn. And what she is going to do is she has just kind of not stopped screaming from when she was attacked. And she is going to make a terrible, terrible noise. And everybody needs to make a DC 14 wisdom saving throw. Let me know if you make it.
Made it.
Dirty 20.
It says 14.
Mhm.
All right, Keffris, you dum dum. Let's see how this goes.
More than 20.
That's 4.
All right. If you failed, you are going to take...
Death.
Wait. Protection from evil. He has advantage on that save.
Isn't Sanctuary a concentration save? Or a concentration spell? Because
you
you have
can't
to
have-
drop one or the other.
Is it?
Sanctuary is concentration.
But
Protection from good and evil is also concentration.
damn it. All right. Yep. I guess.
I would have much rather you had it on Silme than me.
Okay. I kind of figured you would.
Yep.
A soft, soft child.
On a failed save, you're taking 18 psychic damage.
Oh.
Half of that on a success.
Oh God.
Also, if you failed, you are stunned until the end of your next turn. And only Keffris failed that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have it down that Keffris is stunned. Now it is Stechen's turn.
All right. So. Damn it. Stechen. He's got his silvered moon blade out, and he focuses on it for a second, and he starts to shake, and you see the white, like white vapors come from him, and his veins on his arm turn on the back of his hand, and where you can see down his arm kind of turn black, and the blade erupts in like white ghostly fire. He's enacting his blood right, but his is a soul right rather than blood, and so yeah.
Nice.
And he's then going to attack with said blade and hopefully hit.
Let's see it.
Beyond 20, but dirty.
Dang. You guys are rolling really good. All right, let's see it.
Woohoo, woohoo.
The
All right.
damage.
8. And then it's technically fire damage, and so what is the Blood Hunter damage die?
D4.
D4. All right.
You said that like you're a blood hunter or something.
Yeah.
What? Who said what? I am what? I did
Oh.
not say that this is a blood hunter magic thing to seal me a few minutes ago before the fight started.
Hey, what?
All right,
What?
so,
What are you talking about?
What?
11 with the stabby goodness.
All right.
piercing,
Damn.
And then another 4 with the fire.
Alrighty. She does not like that. You slice a bunch of those rags in half, and she is just kind of like toppling and whirling, kind of like a Beyblade at the end of its ropes. She's a top that's about to fall over. She's not doing so hot. Now it's Silme's turn, and now I'm Clovis for some reason. Hey.
Oh my god.
DM Clovis.
Can I get her in a line?
Hey
by
guys, I'm doing
herself?
commentary. Sorry, what was that?
Can I get her in a line by herself?
Yes you can. You'll just have to step right up next to your brother.
All right, cool. Nobody is within a line of 30 feet of her, correct?
Correct.
All right, cool. I'm going to say she needs to make a dex save, and I'm going to say, you will not hurt my brother anymore. And I'm going to cast a Scorcher. Whoo!
Oof. Yeah, 6 is probably not going to make it.
No, it's a 14. So 12, 14, 21 damage on that. Because I cast it at a 3rd level.
That's 21 fire damage?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. How do you want to do this?
Oh, shit. Yeah, she steps up and she just declares that she shall not hurt my brother anymore. And she just, I think it's a dragon's... dragon scale. Yeah, she flicks up that dragon scale and it hovers in the air for a moment and just a flame of fire licks out from her hands, just illuminating the area for a little bit, and then it comes back and she's like, oh. Hey.
And all that's left on the ground is just a smoldering pile of rags. The shadows that had appeared behind everyone and tried to accost you instantly melt into the earth and just kind of wriggle and writhe and disintegrate. And
that's my brother except for me.
That is a very shitty apple.
Keffris, your turn comes around and you are no longer stunned, and you come to see that that pile of ash in front of you.
And
I Silme has cast a spell adjacent to you.
Bam! No, I am going to walk over to the pile of dust that's on the ground, and he'll say kind of under his breath, I killed them. I did kill them both. And now you're dead too. And if you keep coming back, we're just going to keep killing you. As many times as it takes.
Says Stechen. Very no. Because he's going to gather the dust.
I was just gonna speak words at it.
So Keffris is standing dramatically over this pile of dust, and then Stechen approaches and starts.
Little alchemist tools.
A little dustpan and brush. Uh-huh. All right. Well, there's a couple things to do before we wrap up.
Sure.
Well, things to do as we wrap up. Okay. So. Assume that the abbot says something creepy but also kind of endearing as you guys walk out.
I don't know about him.
I don't know about that guy. And Clovis is also comes walking down the stairs with his veal and then is disappointed to see you guys leaving. And he's like, oh. And he holds the fret part with his crab claw and that kind
it's
of
like a capo.
So it makes you wonder, how on earth does he play that thing with the crab claw? Anyway, you guys, what is your plan? What is your plan for today, the rest of this day?
Very quickly, I'm going to approach Stechen. He has said he knows how to work an alchemical supply, and I will hand him 6 ghoul claws and ask that he make them into poisons.
Oh, he has frozen, it seems.
He's writing.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
Sorry,
okay.
I was reading the Google clause
Oh.
down. I'll look up what I can do if I can do anything with that because I don't.
I've been making my way through coffee here. Yeah, well, we can come back to that later and like assume that you did it. But we'll figure that out in post. Stechen, as you the first time you find yourself alone, a shadow will darken your door, and a man in a red coat with a light shining off of his eyes will be standing there.
So, we meet again.
For the last time. No. I told you to go. I told you to stay home.
Yes. And it's you just
Yeah.
not giving him the satisfaction.
He just kind of sighs. Stechen, I need your help.
Interesting. Is it with the genocide of an entire people? The only people who can leave this place?
We've talked about this, but I think you would be interested in preventing that. Sasha got away, and I need help hunting her down.
Yes, I was told about this earlier. And yes, I will help you.
After that, we have to part ways again.
Yes, I would expect. Will we be trading some notes this time? Or are you keeping everything to yourself still?
I don't know. Can I trust you to listen to me instead of those voices in your head?
No, you cannot trust me. But I cannot trust you. So let us both become stronger to fight the evil.
Let's go.
And I try to make provisions to keep Arabelle here.
Yeah. The burgomaster is amenable to that. Irina will approach Keffris and Silme.
Yes, dear.
This is strange. You two received a letter today.
We did. Wait, who's it from?
I don't recognize this insignia. And she will hand you this letter. It is a very neat, pristine white envelope with a stamp on the front in red wax, and it's very intricate and ornate.
I would love to open this.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh no! Why would you say that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said we were wrapping up, and then you made you.
Put all my dice. No, it's
let's
fine.
take
No,
10.
cool.
Take 10 for your Arcana. What's your?
No,
Just
I
add.
can roll it. They're right here. It's right here.
She gets less than 10.
I got a 10, but it's plus something. My Arcana is plus 6, so
you
16.
actually are taking 10.
No, I got
Wow.
a 16. Okay, it's a
Okay. Yeah. No. Taking 10 means assume that you rolled a 10 on your die, and then just add your proficiency. So remember when you got a letter from Lady Wachter way back when?
Oh yeah.
You were all like, "Oh shoot, this is magic shit," and it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like made so that only a magic user can open it up.
Yeah.
Well, this one is like that, but like the fanciest goddamn version there is. And you know that everything that's written in here, like it basically has Zone of Truth cast on it. Like it cannot lie to you.
Oh, solid. Okay.
All right. And you pop that bad boy open?
Yes. I would love to pop that bad boy open.
All right.
Send me the thing.
I opened the wrong doc.
Dear diary.
As you do.
As I do. All right, shareable.
Corey's diary.
Dear diary, today I met a very beautiful dragonborn. His name was Blake, and now it's Arjan. And I'm trying to find where's Elby? Why haven't we talked in forever?
And
Elby,
now
we
I'm dead.
when we never talk anymore.
We have talked recently on my list. I don't know what your list looks like.
I talked to a lot of people. All right, I sent it to you.
Ow.
What?
Would you like to share with us?
Oh, yes, I shall share with you. Lord and Lady Malreska, at least they got our titles correct. It seems my chamberlain was mistaken when he told me you were not worthy of notice. Congratulations, you have my attention. Keffris, we have her attention.
Look, we've only met one chamberlain. I'm saying this is a bad time now.
I know. Know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and I know that I alone can release you from it. Oh, Jesus. I bid you dine out at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I Samark that I await your arrival.
Ismark.
Oh, Ismark and I... Oh, fuck! Ismark and I will await your arrival. He is an honored guest here, but I am afraid I trust only you to return him home. Dine with me at Castle Ravenloft, and you will leave this with Ismark unharmed. Your host, Strahd von Zarovich.
Oh, hi, Ismark.
And that's where we're going to leave off.
Oh, good.
Well,
good.
fuck. And in the dark, we say fuck. So, first off, I would like to say, Danae, thank you for running this incredible game. This has been excellent. Thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this evening. Let's do some sign-offs. Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
My name's Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D, and a lot of stuff on this channel. I also am Coriander, the Eldritch Paladin on Mondays, and I run Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life. I'm here on Mondays as Caleb the Shatterkai Cleric, Tuesdays Bartholomew the Human Ranger. I keep wanting to say Rogue. And also on Sundays, over on Pro Restarter's channel for the Cypher System, we're playing a homebrew game called Phase. We're not going to be there this week because we're going to be at Jinken.
Cool, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters. I tweet about nothing, but I do retweet the things that I'm in. So you can find me Sunday through Wednesdays doing D&D stuff. You can't find me tomorrow. You can't find me Sunday, but next week you will find me at least Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Sunday. But I will be at Gen Con too, so please come say hi to me, and you can hug me. It's okay, as long as you don't touch me inappropriately, and we'll be great. We'll be friends. It'll be fine. DanaeKeener.com.
All right. Graybeard, where can we find you? What do you do?
Graybeard to Graybeard's Tavern, and it's Graybeard Tavern. I finally got all my branding done. Thank you for helping me with that indoor. You can find me in a lot of places. Check the Twitter and it'll lay out the schedule. New seasons of things are starting up for me. So gonna be some Monster of the Week and gonna be some Ravnica D&D over on Pro Restarter's channel on Wednesdays, before you can catch me on Damn It Barry's channel for Saltmarsh on Wednesdays. So you get a twofer for me on Wednesdays starting on the 14th. Other than that, love Gen Con, love hugs. If you touch me inappropriately, I'll elbow you and then we can be friends afterwards. But until then, come check us out on Gen Con. Love you all. Over to you, Indoor.
And hello, if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you do not, hey fella, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got our homebrew game on Mondays, we got Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays, and then we have our own Ghosts of Saltmarsh /Acquisitions Incorporated game that we play on Thursdays. So if you like a little bit of corporate silliness mixed in with some sea shanties, Thursdays would probably be the game for you. But we also have, if you are interested, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time are our community days, and the weeks where we don't end up getting enough members of the community to actually be able to play a game. I have Gundams that I want to build on stream. So if you're looking for some Gunpla, hey buddy, how's it going? I have one right now that I will build, so there. Also, we do have a Patreon set up at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, but sadly, because we all need to either rest or do other things this evening, such as get ready to travel to Jenkin, there is not going to be a Nights in the Courtyard for tonight's episode, but hey, all of these people are going to be in the same place at the same time at the Gen Con, so maybe we can figure out how to do a live Nights in the Courtyard amongst each other. We'll figure it out, and that's half of the things that we do on this channel. So I would like to say thank you so much to Danae for running this game. Thank you, Greybeard, again for being an incredible guest, and we will see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!